Okay, well today is day 16, and what we've been concentrating on is this fine, I call it a shed, but it's actually not a shed. This building is 20 feet by 24 feet, so it's more of a building than it is a shed. And frankly, it's taken a lot of work, a lot more than we thought, because of its size and the amount of work that was required. We're not quite done with it yet with the repairs, but we did get the ramp in. We got to add another hinge on the bottom there. We did remove all the rotted stuff that was on the bottom, cut it up, clean it up, put trim boards around where the rot was in the bottom. So now we just got some more hinges to do. We got a ton of caulk to do before it gets painted, and then it will be painted. But we got the ramp in, we cleaned up the inside. We just did a ton of stuff to this fine building. But it's worth it because a 24-foot building like this, you see the shed back there, we've been debating about tearing that off or just leaving it. But a building like this has value. I mean, you need a workshop, and some people do out here. You got a 20 by 24 workshop with an overhang that has electrical service in it. So there is value in a building like this. Up on top, we also put a carriage bolt and bolts in to hold those 2x6s up on top together because they were coming loose. But you can see we did the trim here. Some of the debris that still needs to be removed. Back here, we had so much damage on the siding, we actually had to do a double 1x6. But once it's all painted, one color, which we will do, you won't even notice. There's where the window air conditioner was. We ordered a vent online, an aluminum vent that will cover that, and we will put that up. And if somebody wants to add an air conditioner later, they can just remove the vent. But all that cracks and all those seams, all of that will be caulked and cleaned up and getting ready for paint. And then we will paint everything. This is a storage building, so we're not looking for perfection. We're just looking for good. And that's what we've achieved. Quick note, just on cost and how to do things. If you go buy a 1x6 piece of cedar, an 8-foot, 10-foot, 12-foot length, they're very expensive. But if you go buy a fence panel, which is basically almost a 1x8, it's really 5/8 by 6 inch by 8 feet, which is 5.5 inches actual. But they're almost the same as a 1x6, but they cost $5 versus $20. So the amount of money that you spend on using fence panels, which is also Western red cedar, which is a good material for the exterior, which is the same as you would buy a cedar, it is a lot less. So when you do work like that, it's better if you can do cedar like that, a 1x6 cedar fence pickets. They're a lot cheaper, and they'll last long because they're cedar. On the ramp that we made, that's pressure treated plywood. Underneath is 2x6 or 2x4s and 2x6 pressure treated wood. So that will hopefully give it some longevity. And anyways, that's day 16. We plan on finishing this up, the few things that we have left. And then we're going to go back inside and get the last of the stuff done so we can get this thing ready for painting. The next few days is just a bunch of small stuff, just cleaning up some minor electrical problems, a few plumbing issues, just nothing major, just the shower valve is a little loose, so we're going to take it and open it up and re-secure it so it's up against the wall so when you pull it, it doesn't come loose. But just on the microwave, we're going to be doing all those types of small things. But there's day 16. Thank you.